Hi students, welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. My name is Mbithe, and in this session we are going to learn how to write a public notice. We will define what a public notice is, why it is important, and then also have a look at a sample of a public notice. So just like an SMS, a letter, an email, a public notice is also a form of communication. If you want to communicate to many people at once, it is easier or it is advisable to use a public notice. For example, if you want to communicate to your fellow students at school about maybe an upcoming event, it is easier to put up a notice for them to read as opposed to going to each class making the announcement. If maybe you want to hold a meeting in your estate, it is easier to put up a notice and put it in a public place where everybody can access it, as opposed to going door to door, house to house, informing people of the same thing. So a public notice is a good form of communication, especially if you're communicating to many people. If you want to pass a message to many people at once, it is easier to use a public notice. So towards the end of this session, we are going to have a look at a sample of a public notice. But before that, we are going to discuss some features of public notices. What is entailed in a public notice? How does it look like? How should it look like? And so a good public notice should answer a few questions. The first question is what? So it should tell us, what is this event about? When I look at this notice, that is the first thing I should see. What is this event about? For example, chess tournaments between Baraza Secondary School and BD Secondary School. So that statement there has answered the question, what? It has told us, what is this poster about? So we already know it is about a chess tournament. The second question that a good public notice should answer is the question when. So when is asking about the time. For example, Friday, May 17th, 2005 at 2 p.m. In some cases, you can also go the extra mile of giving the arrival time and the time when the event will start. So for example, we say this chess tournament will happen on Friday, 17th May 2005. And then you can say guest arrival time is 1:30 p.m. and then the tournament will officially begin at 2 p.m. So you have given the arrival time and the time when the event is expected to start. The other question that a good poster should answer is where. So this is the place that the event is going to happen. This is the venue where the event will take place. And in our example here, it is BD Secondary School Dining Hall. Maybe if your poster is about an estate meeting, you can put the venue at maybe your house and you give the house number, or maybe there's a field there that's usually empty. You can say it will take place at the field. So this is the place, the exact place, the exact venue. If it is a classroom, you can say form 2 blue, form 1 yellow. So be very specific about the particular place. So in the introduction, we said that a poster is a form of communication. So a poster is intended to catch the attention of your audience or the people that you intend to reach. that means then that it should not be very, very crowded. Let it be something that somebody can read within a minute and they're done reading it. You can use photos, you can use images to make it more attractive to the eye. For example, if it is a poster for maybe a football tournament, you can have the message in there, you can, and then have some photos of some footballs or some jerseys for different teams. Just play around with your creativity, let it be attractive to the eye. And you can also, if you're writing, if it is handwritten, ensure that you use capital letters so that people can see and see clearly. And lastly, once you are done preparing your poster and it is now time to put it out there, ensure you put it in strategic places, in places where you know many people will see it. For example, in a setting of maybe your estate, if you have an estate kiosk, you can ask the kiosk owner for permission to put up the poster there. You can have one poster there because you know many people frequent that kiosk. If you live near a market, you can have it in the market because you know many people go to the market. If it is in your school, you can have it in the boarding area near the dormitories because you know everybody goes to the dormitory. That is a place that it will be highly accessible. You can have several of them in the dining hall, depending on the size of your dining hall. You can have a few of them there. You can have one maybe outside the library, any place where people frequent. You can put there, as that is a strategic place because many people will see it. Many people will have access to your poster. So now that we have looked at the features of a good poster or what a good poster should entail, we are now going to have a look at a sample of a poster and see if it has all those features. We are going to use the example that we have been using, which is that of a chess tournament between two schools, BD Secondary and Baraza Secondary. So as we go through this poster together, try and see if it contains all those features that we have talked about and if you would call it a good poster. So the first thing that you see is the title, Chess Tournament. Baraza Secondary versus BD Secondary. Friday, May 17th, 2005. Arrival time, 1:30 p.m. Starting time, 2 p.m. BD Secondary Dining Hall. Snacks to be served later. So when you look at this poster, you can see that it has told us what it is about. It has told us when it is happening and at what time it is starting. When you look at it, it is not overcrowded. There's not much information, just the necessary information, and it is straight to the point. Remember, as I said, there are different ways or different structures of writing a poster. You can include images if you wish. It is good to have it in capital letters so that it can be clearly seen. So that's it for writing posters. I hope you have understood and you're now able to write. You can design a poster by yourself. And for further practice, you can have a look at the quiz. You are the secretary of the debate club in your school. The Cabinet Secretary of Education has been invited to chair the first school debate of the year. Write a public notice informing everyone of this important event. So remember to go back to the features we have talked about and ensure you have all of them. Remember, I said you can use images, you can use photos, you can be as creative as you possibly can. so that this poster is attractive to the eye. Thank you for tuning in, and see you in the next session.